So just like the title suggests, we are no longer going to be feeding the rabbits pellets. We usually get our rabbit feed from Tractor Supply. The bags used to be anywhere from $12 to $14, depending on which variety we got from, the stuff meant for pregnant does versus just for maintenance. And so we've gone from $12 to $14 a bag to it is $28 a bag now, and that's just insane. We are just starting breeding season now. We just barely got everybody bred, or everybody should be bred. And I was just like, you know what, we can't buy that much pellets, because once we get rolling, like this is our buck, and he has 4 does to service, and once we are in the swing of things with baby rabbits, we go through a bag of pellets a week about. And that's just going to be way too much cost for that. So I started looking into alternatives and how to more cheaply feed everybody. And so from what I was able to find online, they can be on 60 to 70% just hay. So our buck is on just Bermuda grass hay. I've been meaning to look up whether or not there's a big difference between Bermuda and Timothy. And then all of our does are going to be on a grass alfalfa mix. And in that grass alfalfa mix, the grass is Bermuda, which is why I went ahead and just bought the plain Bermuda for our buck. But I'm going to later look up and see if there's much of a difference, or if he's okay on Bermuda. Do I need to switch over to Timothy? And in addition to that, I already do fodder for the rabbits, and it looks like you should be good with mainly fodder, hay, and then supplementing them with some greens and such. So we're just about a month away from being able to start planting things in the garden. So I'll be planting a lot of things for the rabbits to eat. Once the meadows start going, that's where the rabbits really love when I cut the grass for them, and they eat a lot of that. And then I'll just kind of collect what other wild things I come across. There's a certain plant that grows that they seem to love that gets pretty tall, and so it's easy to collect for them. But this is going to be kind of an experiment for us to see how it affects with the pregnancies and raising the babies. From what I've heard, at best the babies might grow a little bit slower, but I think that's going to be okay. It's not going to bother me too much. It shouldn't be a significant difference. But a bale of hay costs us about $15 where we get it. And last year, when we were feeding with pellets, we were going through about a flake a day. And those bales, there's usually about 12 flakes in them. So I suspect that we will be going through about a bale a week once we are in the full swing of rabbits, because we're not going to have the pellets supplementing them. So it's probably going to be more like 2 flakes a day. So a bale's probably going to last about a week. But that's $15 versus $28. So that's about halving our feed costs. And then the other thing that I like to do is also go to our local organic supermarket, and they actually bag up all the produce that they're pulling off the shelves as vegetable scraps. And so we're going to feed loads of that too, and get that as much as we can too, to help have a free, healthy way of feeding the rabbits. And the final thing I plan on buying for the rabbits are these little Himalayan salt licks that I found on Amazon for rabbits. I was trying to look for other type of mineral salt blocks for rabbits, but that was the main thing I found. Because when you do feed the pellets, there is salt in them, and so if I'm pulling them off of there, they're not going to have salt. So I think that's an important addition that I need to provide for them, is the Himalayan salt licks. And when I do feed them their fodder, that's a good means for me to add anything additional. So sometimes I will sprinkle some kelp on the fodder. I plan on Also sprinkling some moringa powder on it for does who are not pregnant, because there has been question with moringa leaf powder that it could cause, a doe to go into labor early. And it's kind of the same with people. You're not supposed to take it while you're pregnant because it could potentially cause contractions. So we're going to avoid that, but it's also supposed to be just highly nutritious and also help with milk production. So my hope is that the addition of moringa powder on their fodder, just sprinkled on their fodder, will just give them a good nutritional boost so that they can keep their babies nice and healthy and well fed. So that about does it for this video. Like I said, this is going to be a complete experiment for us. Once we have gone through a couple of litters, I will definitely have to do an update video to see what the results were and see how everybody did. Hopefully you found this video interesting, and we will see you next time.